I have 2001 Excursion and I started dash swap from 2008 F250. I decided to keep PAT system. There are two options when you swap dash. One is you either disable PATs completely, another one you tie your key to this transceiver that is originally from 2001 Excursion. 2008 F250 has its own transceiver, PATS transceiver, that is installed like that, and I decided to modify it, and I'll show you how. First, you will need to pry open both transceivers. The 2008 is being held by 4 tabs. Make sure not to break them. The 2001 transceiver is being held by 2 tabs over here, and what you need is you need this board. This board is being held by these 6 inserts over here. This is how it looks like once you pry this board from the transceiver. Just pry it, they are not soldered. Now on 2008 transceiver you need to remove this board. I would recommend first to tape, put the tape around the ring on both sides, because once you cut these wires they tend to unwind. And once you cut it, I would recommend to cut it right there. You need these pins, you need these 2 pins. So I cut the wires and one of the pins just flew away. I'm still gonna be able to use it, but nevertheless, what you need to do next, you need to pry this board. There are 2 pins over here. Be very careful not to break these pins. Once you remove the board from 2008 transceiver, this is what you're going to have, and next what you need to do is you need to install this board, and you need to install it right there. The only problem is these holes on the board, they do not align with the holes on the transceiver case. So what you need to do on that side, you would need to remove just a little bit, but not too much, because there is a line that you would need to keep right there on the very edge. You need to remove very little, but enough to align the holes on the board with the holes on the transceiver case. Once you remove the board from 2008 F250 transceiver, you will end up with the coil and 2 wires. I made 2 small cuts over here on the left hand side, and with solder gun melted plastic so it could hold it together. Also on 2001 transceiver you will need these 4 pins. They're easily removed. You just need to carefully pull them that way. Unfortunately, you will need 6 of them, not 4 of them. I was lucky enough to source the second transceiver, so I'm going to use 2 more pins from another transceiver. Okay, in 2008, this is the top side. Once you install it, you have to turn it over, and it's going to be, the top is going to be the bottom side. I have already inserted 4 pins, and next I already trimmed it on the side, as you can see, and all you need to do is to insert it into these 4 holes, and that's how it's going to stay. and these two wires are going to be welded here, and I'm going to use the same pins that I have used for the connector. I'm going to solder these 4 connectors, as well as I will solder another 2 connectors there. So I have 4 pins soldered in the place, as well as I soldered 2 pins this way, one at the 90 degrees, and then I bend it at the 90 degrees on another one at the angle, so they would not touch to each other. Also, I cleared the ends of the wires and made sure that I can solder them. I soldered them on the surface. I have soldered the wires to these 2 pins, and I used some caulk to keep it in the place once the cover is closed. Also, the back of the cover over here should keep the board in the place as well. Now regarding the wiring the plug, this is how your 2008 plug looks like. You would need it, and your 2001 plug is plugged in this way. You have corresponding wires here, and you have your plug that connects to the dash over here. The coloring of the plug of the wires here and here are the same, so they're in the same order. What you need to do is you need to look at this plug. Now this board, when you install it, go this way, so you would need to turn this plug this way. Look at the colors. It's brown with orange, red, purple, and brown, and you would need to solder it the same way to this plug. And this is the plug that I have made. It's connected now. The only thing left is to check whether this is all going to work together. So next step, I'll wait for the caulk to dry, put everything together and connect it to my 2001 Excursion, and we'll see whether this will work together. Okay, the moment of truth. I have placed 2008 transceiver to mimic the location. Okay, as you can see, the theft light is not blinking, and it's working. Now I'm going to replace this one with another one that I just made. I made 2 of them. This is the first one, and this is the second one. Doesn't matter, it's not vehicle specific. The transceiver from 2001 Excursion. Okay, so this is the second one. So both of them are working. The second one that I have made, I actually trimmed a little bit on hold on, this is wrong one. I trimmed a little bit on that side because the cover was not letting me to lock properly over here. I also used tape just in case, so it would keep it in place, because you could feel it that it's a tight fit. You can even see there's a small gap over here, but still works. Okay, PATS transceiver, modified PATS transceiver is installed. I have routed the wire the same way as on 2008 F250. I did not want to route the same way as in 2001 going straight, because there are some moving parts here. And I'm also in the process of installing swap helper. I installed it slightly different way than as instructed, as well as not the way as Zachary has it in his video. He has a plug coming out from here, and there are air ducts going this way, so I thought that it would interfere with the wire, so I decided to install it slightly different way than I have seen.